Hello, I'm Vincent Creel, Public Affairs Manager for the City of Biloxi. I'm here to deliver today's Be Prepared video report. We're recording this update on Monday, April 20th at 2:30 in the afternoon. Today, the Mississippi State Department of Health reports 238 newly identified cases of the coronavirus in the past 24 hours. That's down from the 300 reported yesterday, but it brings the state total to 4,512 cases since all this began. The state also reported 10 deaths in the past 24 hours due to the coronavirus. We've had 169 deaths statewide total. Harrison County, which had no new cases at this time yesterday, reports only one coronavirus case was identified in the past 24 hours. Jackson County reported 4 new cases, and Hancock County reported 1 new case. Mayor Gillich is also watching the hospitalizations, those in the hospital being treated for the coronavirus. Right now, there are about 15 people hospitalized with the coronavirus coastwide. Mayor Gillich also continues to consider the path to reopening more businesses in a responsible, phased-in manner that will be in line with the guidelines that have been developed by the White House and with the guidance, of course, from Governor Reeves and in concert with other cities. Under the President's plan to reopen the country, the matrix includes seeing a downward trajectory in new cases for 14 days. Mayor Gillich has also announced that he is looking to begin bringing city employees back to work in their respective departments on Monday, April 27th. This is not to say that the city has not been functioning over the past several weeks. The new patrols in the police department have seen a dramatic decline in burglaries in the city of Biloxi. The fire department last week alone responded to 16 fires. Please, no burning outside. And the city's community development department has issued $6.5 million in construction permits over the past 5 weeks. About $5 million of that was for new housing starts. In other news, the mayor has said that the city's 2 dog parks will now open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, but social distancing among humans must be maintained. The dog parks were closed because of the lack of social distancing, so please try to keep that in mind. Please realize that the risk from the coronavirus is still here. When you go in a grocery store or a convenience store, please remember that these venues are open to a number of people throughout the day. Do you need to bring your family shopping with you or into a store? Be prudent. Remember the curfews at 11 o'clock every night. Remember that parks close at 6. We'll see you here again tomorrow for another Be Prepared video. Actually, I'm pleased to say that Cecilia Dobbs Walton, the city's public affairs specialist who has been compiling the numbers every day for the mayor and for these reports, Cecilia is going to be in here tomorrow to deliver the Be Prepared report. For Mayor Gillich, we say God bless you and God bless Biloxi. We leave you today with something special. We mentioned building permits earlier. We're going to leave you today with a 4-minute look at Biloxi's architectural heritage. Be here again tomorrow.
Since its founding, Biloxi and its place on the Gulf Coast has always been influenced to some degree or another by its French origins and its warm coastal climate. This is true of the city's foodways, industry, hospitable culture, and is especially reflected in its architecture. Though all of Biloxi's colonial period buildings have been lost to time and weather, there are documented buildings, rare drawings, and historic photographs which suggest these earliest architectural influences. The European colonists blended their experience with Native American wisdom and features brought by enslaved Africans. Together, they evolved a new architecture that met all their personal and social needs and adapted itself to the tropical climate. You can still find many of these key details in over 200 years of Biloxi's architecture. Simple European house forms were protected from the relentless sun by galleries applied to the front and sides of the houses in an African-inspired tradition. Exaggerated overhangs protected the house and occupants from the frequent blowing rains. Now here we find the beginnings of our American porches. You'll always find porches in Biloxi's historic buildings. Doors and windows kept expanding to allow the maximum breezes to flow. Houses were simple, with rooms opening to the outdoor spaces wherever possible. Insulation was made with local materials like Spanish moss to provide further protection from the heat. So these were very green buildings in the truest sense. When colonial Biloxi came under English control, and then a part of the United States, Anglo forms and details like center halls and sash windows found their way into the new constructions. But French Creole traditions held fast. The ingredients for the region's unique architectural gumbo were now firmly established. During the antebellum period, Biloxi was to become a choice resort for the wealthy of the South, especially New Orleans, who came to spend the summers away from the stillness and heat and pestilence of the cities in seaside hotels. Now, some built elegant Greek Revival houses, while others designed essentially Creole houses enlarged and enriched with stylish trim. Even the smaller houses built by Creoles and Americans, black, white, and colored, maintain connections to the previous cultures, with Biloxi's preeminent small house forms being the Biloxi Creole cottage and the shotgun house, both of which have survived in large numbers. During the Victorian age, Biloxi blossomed into a modern American city and an even more popular resort. This time with grander hotels so the masses could enjoy its beaches and the fruits of its burgeoning industries. The pattern book gingerbread houses, even though often designed by outsiders and employed machine-made ornament, still managed to maintain a unique coastal look with numerous porches, balconies, awnings, trellises, and even the unique shoe-fly terrace for outdoor entertaining. By 1900, Biloxi had come of age and could boast countless commercial, public, institutional, and private buildings designed in the popular American architectural styles. The shingle, Queen Anne, prairie styles, arts and crafts bungalows, and even the Spanish colonial revival and other historical styles found a place in Biloxi, but all with a subtle flair that spoke to Biloxi's Creole and coastal architectural legacy. Today, with the losses of time, progress, and a century of devastating storms, much of Biloxi's historic architecture is preserved only in our photographs, drawings, and memories. But the curious and clever visitor can search the city today and still see evidences of its special flavor. Look for raised houses, buildings of wood. Look for porches, the outdoor living rooms where rest and relaxation still take place. And find for yourself the details that still make this a unique, special city.